as I've said before, what we're working on right here is the plane. And what's so dope about it is look at all these little add-on parts right here. So this is what I've decided to use on mine. I've got the counts as buzzsaw right here. Twin leg rockets. This is like a bomb that I'm going to shove into that bomb bay instead of using. It has like tires right here too. But the problem is they're like flat, which is cool. So if it's not on the ground, it doesn't look good, and I want them all to fly. So I'm gonna shove this bomb up there where that wheel will go, just to make it cool. You got the Orc Rider. He's got a sick ass bombardier jacket, and he's got his little tongue wagging in the air. Um, and we have like basically five of these puppets, six of them. Puppets War reached out to us, or sorry, I reached out to Puppets War, and they so kindly obliged, and they hooked a brother up. They gave me six, six total, and I actually have three of. Let me show you guys this real quick. This is I think the Green Baron. Yeah, yeah, definitely someone rides in it. Geoff. I have it separately, as you guys just saw. But check this one out. This is the Green Baron. So it's like literally based on the same model, more orcified bi-wing. So I got three of these and three of the plane. I honestly like the plane a little bit more. I like how simple it is, like basically a big rocket pack. Um, uh, what is it? Richard Scale Studios. I did the Flying Coffin version, terrible cast. I did get silver in the Masterclass uh, Drachnic Awards in 2015 Bay Area Open. Ooh, that sounds cool. So, what is the Flying Coffin? Check it out. I'm not gonna click the link just yet. Obviously, I don't want to take myself out the Q&A. These casts that come out of Puppets War do take a lot of adult attention to get the mold lines off. But once you scrape the mold lines off for about 15 minutes, what you have left is an amazing counts as model. And today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna paint this red, and I'll show you guys. First thing I did was I primed it. Army Painter, Chaotic Red. So you got that shit straight out the gate. And Alfie B's checking in. Looking forward to the org videos. Yeah, so I'll give, like, as I turn my compressor on and get this thing going, let me tell you guys, I'm doing an orc army. And what my goal is kind of during the live stream, I'm going to make time to work on the orc army. Because I have obviously a shitload of commissions that, I do these other tutorials on. So basically, if maybe like an hour to a week I can work on these orcs, I can actually do them at some point and have them finished. And the list is pretty interesting. I'll tell you, it includes 10 Defcopters. Uh, so that's pretty sweet. And 5 of them are going to come in from Way of Puppets War. And 5 of them are going to come in from Way of Cromlech. Because they both decided that they would like to do some tutorials together. So this is my first live stream. Puppets War, they were first on the scene. They get the first live stream. And I will eventually do a studio tutorial. But for now, we're going to hit the live stream. Excuse me, guys. I need to have a quick sip of my drink. Recently celebrated my birthday, and I got some leftover scotch. All right. So, right off the gate, you guys see me do this 100 times. Which is we're going to make a gangster gumbo. If you guys don't mind too, sorry, I'm just reading the Q&A. I shouldn't just stop talking in the middle of a sentence. I have seen the New York flyer. I'm reasonably confident it is terribly overpointed and under effective. I imagine it's probably the same points as the new Space Marine one that has 2 assault cannons on it. So right here, got the airbrush out, a little bit of flow improvement. If you guys don't mind, share the links to this live stream love to get some people involved in the world of live streaming because I am so new to this. I don't know how this shit works still. All I've been doing is sharing my stuff on Facebook and Twitter. But obviously, you guys are the ones who get me shared more. So thanks for tuning in 3 weeks in a row and helping a brother out get his stream off the ground. So what I got here is I got a Vallejo air color, scarlet red. This is a dope color. And we're going to put it right in the pot over our flow improver like you've seen us do before. And of course, you see that? I just globbed it up on the workstation. I'm not going to waste that. That's going in the pot. Just like so. That easy. Not going to waste a damn drop. So Geoff's born. Yep, I can guarantee the Flyers not going to be as good as we'd like them to be. Yo, for real, guaranteed they're going to be about 180 points and they're going to suck. That's just how it is. GW makes amazing Space Marine and Eldar stuff right now and bad Orc stuff. So the only way Orcs are somewhat playable right now is with the Dreadmod PDF, in my opinion. And not everyone even considers that document legal. So that's upsetting. And so, hence, I have a Dread Mob army list with Deathcopter, Death Star, with Deripa in there, 2 War Bosses, Pain Boy, 5 Deathcopters. So I got that hit and run. I got I'm gonna take the Big Mech Stompa from the Dread Mob PDF. Literally, you got to do what you got to do. MSU City, I'm gonna have like literally 6 squads of 3 Orc Bikers and 5 solo Deathcopters to outflank, like literally going crazy, man. And I can't wait to play it. It's for tournaments. Hopefully, I can win a game or two with it now that the Space Marines can teleport and assault you turn 1. Okay. So what we got here is we got the Scarlet Red. We got it mixed down. And what we're going to do is we're going to just start airbrushing it over this, once again, Chaotic Primer. Chaotic Red. 2 or 3 thin coats of the primer. So let's see what happens here. It's going to be a subtle transition, so it's going to take many coats. Got to hit the tips of these wings. Real subtle. Scarlet Red's a good red. The airbrush color is really good. But I did thin it down a lot because I do want to get perfect transitions. Kind of going in the middle area of these panels right here. Top of this. Just try to catch all the edges. This is like, you don't want to overthink this stage because we got so many layers to do still. Just kind of tracing the edges of the wings. Real easy. Same deal right here in these panels. Just build them up. And what I'm going to do here, while that first real light coat's drying, is I'm going to transfer my counts as Deathcopter to a Quark. I already set this up. Right, Sean. Make sure we're still in focus here for you guys. Look good, I think. Yeah. All day. Alright. Geoff Osborne, are you going to have the Orc Army ready for Wars in Atlanta this fall? I'm sure it'll be ready, but I doubt I'm going all the way to Atlanta for a tournament. Alright, let's make it happen. Sorry for all the ahs and the ums. Okay. Same thing, let's code it back up. Gotta see myself in real time, not 15-second delay. Okay, let's peel it back from the wings. Same deal as before. Build it up on those plates. Just keep it coming, man. Like I said, it's going to take several coats. Warzone Atlanta this fall. Oh, forgot you were West Coast now. No worries. Yeah. Nah, man, I live in literally the middle of Hollywood right now. About 2 minutes away from the Walk of Fame. I can basically see the Hollywood sign from my house. So that is about a 2,500 mile drive to Warzone, Atlanta. It was already kind of far from me when I was in Durham. It was like a 5, 6 hour drive before. You know, kind of a hassle. Definitely had fun when I was there this last time, though. Loved their take on the ITC FAQ. Uh, Vagrant Wolf, hey Kenny, what kind of gloves do you use? I've tried multiple kinds, and frankly, I hated every one I tried. Feel like I probably have the cheapest gloves that Amazon has. I'll show you on camera real quick. This is the brand. I get them one size smaller than your hand actually is, so that they're tighter on your fingertips. It's kind of the trick. All right, guys. See, it's real subtle. It's coming real subtle because of how thin this paint is. But you are just gonna want to build it up, man. You ain't gonna want to play games. You want this red to look good, you know. And once we get a few thin coats, and like I said, this trick here is almost all air. I'm going 100% air in the double action and just barely pouring any paint into it. And so it kind of dries instantaneously, so this process isn't too bad. I just want the real subtle buildup, you know. There's a lot of ways to paint red. You can pre-shade it, build it up however you want. This is just kind of one ancient. This is an ancient Chinese technique right here where we use the chaotic red to build up. I think we have a whole video on using chaotic reds or maybe even pure red because they have a real bright red too. But I really wanted to just build it up. And this gives you a different quality. You know, you could pre-shade the red. It'd be super fucking bright. You know, like real pure red. Wipe everything off the table. Space Marines are good because they have Death Stars, so they can kind of just be unkillable. And now with the new second powers, they can kind of do all the things that are abusive. If you just rewarded people for painting scores, sportsmanship scores, and comp scores, and I'm not talking about like in the way that people do it now. I'm not talking about like tiebreakers in a win-loss tournament. I'm talking about battle points. First off, tournaments have to be battle points. You have to reward people for every point they earn. And then you have to reward them for being, you know, hobbyists. And currently, sportsmanship scores are broken because everyone just lobbies and campaigns for perfect sportsmanship scores. So might as well not even have it if you do it that way. You either have to do it at the end of the tournament or separate the people while they input their scores. If you can do all of these things, you will find that bringing a list that has a Death Star with 2 open funeral pain that charges you on turn 1, you can win all 6 of your games, but you ain't win that tournament because you're going to get zeroed every other fucking score, man. Nobody wants to play against you. That's what we did at the Long Wars double tournament in Adepticon. We had 50% hobby score, 50% battle points. It was amazing, you know, like everything off the table. Space Marines are good because they have Death Stars, so they can kind of just be unkillable. And now with the new second powers, they can kind of do all the things that are abusive. If you just rewarded people for painting scores, sportsmanship scores, and comp scores, and I'm not talking about like in the way that people do it now. I'm not talking about like tiebreakers in a win-loss tournament. I'm talking about battle points. First off, tournaments have to be battle points. You have to reward people for every point they earn. And then you have to reward them for being, you know, hobbyists. And currently, sportsmanship scores are broken because everyone just lobbies and campaigns for perfect sportsmanship scores. So might as well not even have it if you do it that way. You either have to do it at the end of the tournament or separate the people while they input their scores. If you can do all of these things, you will find that bringing a list that has a Death Star with 2 open funeral pain that charges you on turn 1, you can win all 6 of your games, but you ain't win that tournament because you're going to get zeroed every other fucking score, man. Nobody wants to play against you. That's what we did at the Long Wars double tournament in Adepticon. We had 50% hobby score, 50% battle points. It was amazing. You know, like Eldar didn't win. Space Marines didn't win. It was Space Marines and Scutari, followed by Demons, followed by Imperial Guard, You know, followed by, and there was like orcs in the top six. I mean, it got crazy. Druz say saw me at Adepticon. So much Taudar. Oh yeah, that's the problem with no hobby scores. Like, and when I mean about hobby scores, I mean it's like you need to have a composition score, a player police composition score. Impulse 090 or 0890. Man, you literally started the stream as soon as I was about to shut my PC down and study for an exam before bed. Now I'm stuck here for another 40 plus minutes. Preach. Sorry, man. If you fail your class, just let me know so I can write your professor a quick letter. Okay, look, we've done several steps of highlighting on this little orc deplane. Hopefully, we can see it here. Just knocked the camera. Sorry, guys. Move it back. Feel like I can get more light on the situation. How's that? Brighten it up. There we go. Make sure we're still in focus, guys. Alright. That's about the best we're going to do right there. I'm going to take a quick sip of my skizach. Ugh. So good. Okay. So what we've done here, obviously, is we layered this motherfucker up. It's looking pretty. Get a nice satin look here. Multiple levels. I'm just about out of the amount of paint I started with in the pot. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something kind of crazy. And I want there to be more gangsterness to this red. So I'm going to actually switch to, this is crazy, I'm going to switch to the non-airbrush version of Scarlet Red. Same exact red, just the game color non-airbrush version. Because I want there to be a little bit more sticking power. I'm going to pour it right in the pot, like we do. Swirl it up. A little bit of flow improver up in there. Let's do the backflow. Okay, that's one of my gangster tricks right there. You can get that one for free. Wholesale Yeti. Bro, I'm in the middle of studying too. The Bloody Chaos. Yeah, hey, Kenny, you ever use LEDs with minis? That's what I'm working on now. No, I haven't. I've never gotten around to it. Wish I knew how to do that stuff. Hey, let me check the exposure real quick, guys, on the settings since I moved the camera around. There we go. Let's not have it be crazy. I'm going to darken it up just a bit. I want it to be bright. Alright. Looking good. So, immediately we should be getting some more red out of here. Let's see what we got. There we go. You guys see that? Get a nice shade right there. You just focus on the panels now. Like, go hit center of panel. That's simple, guys. Trace the wing. There we go. How you guys feeling about that? Center of panel. It's at the top of this ridge right here. Top of the tail. Center of panels. Let's come back around the tip on this side. There we go. You guys liking that? Got a good looking red coming together right here, guys. Small Cave Studio again. Love the lingo, haha, you use. Love the lingo you use, get me excited, I hobbied up. I love using lingo to get people excited. Rural Rail 347. Hey Kenny, you know any good alternatives for Thousand Suns? That better not be Clay Cruz coming in asking me the same shit on a different platform. Clay Cruz, if that's you, Facebook me right now. Um, Small Cave Studio, alternative bits. Uh, yeah, yo, Geoff's Osborne for real, right? That non-airbrush going into the non-airbrush pops it, right? It's an ancient Chinese technique. Lock Infinity. Is it possible to paint gold with a neon effect? I'm trying to decide on a paint scheme with my Dark Eldar, similar to Black Legion. Yeah, there's some crazy things you can do to gold. I might cover it here soon. Um, yeah, for people just tuning in, what we're working on here is a Puppets War miniature. We're working on the plane. It is basically, in my opinion, accounts as Defcopter. I'm showing you guys some of the ancient Chinese techniques to paint it. Also, if you guys notice here, I left all these pins on the bottom. If you guys see right here, from our last pinning tutorial, I basically pre-pinned all the add-ons, which you can see here. Basically, my Twin Link rockets, my buzzsaw. I'll paint all these separately, but that's how I prep the model to get painted. I don't want to deal with all those while they're on the model. Okay, I'm gonna spin it around, guys. Work on the other side. Okay, getting a good looking wing right here. Let's get those panels. Looking good. Spraying all manner of red paint all over my tablet. That's what you do now. Your job is to get painted on. Yeah, there we go. Popping it out, looking good. The plane looking so fresh. Okay, let's flip this motherfucker down, and it's just like blast them in there at the bottom. I'm gonna show you guys one of the sickest ancient next level painting techniques here in a second. If you have not been watching the YouTube channel and you don't know about Burn Umber, I'm about to change your life. Can I get an amen for Burn Umber to the Dark Lords of Chaos? How you guys feeling about that? Let's get that glare out of there. Come on. There we go. You guys liking it? Good red. Good transition. We haven't really even done anything yet, and it already looks good. Druz23, your opinion on Neon Orc Skin. Yo, I love Neon everything, brother. Small Cave Studio. Ultramarine 37, Geoff Osborne, the Alfred Effect, all the way down to Druz23. Amen. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, while I'm still in the highlight phase, just going to reestablish these transitions, making sure we get what we want. And I might try something a little bit different today. You guys know how I love mixing a little Troll Slayer orange into my red for that final pop. I'm going to do that. But I'm considering going with the Sunny Skinstone instead. But I'm thinking like orcs, man, they got that more orangey look anyway. They're about those crazy non-realistic colors. All right, so here we go. Let me put this thing back on its base for 1 second because it can't support its own weight on this cork. Actually, I do have another ancient Chinese technique. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, technique, pimp down, gone. Never mind. Going back to the base. All right, here he is. Chill on your base. I'll move them so you guys can look at them for a second while I change out some paints. All right, never mind. It's not how an orc bomber do. Okay. Make sure we're in focus. All right, Q&A. Red does go faster. True point. Burnt Umber is the truth. You turned me on to it. It's a great shade from an Angel Sanguine. Yeah, Burnt Umber is literally cheating. Uh, Absinthe 624. Didn't think there'd be so much difference between air and game color. Very cool. There is, man. Yeah, like it's just a formula. One of them is ready to go through the airbrush. One of them isn't. But as you've seen before, we show you how we can make everything go through the airbrush. I just get a more pure color with the airbrush color, with the non-airbrush colors. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna pull out some Troll Slayer Orange right here. This is amazing color right here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our paintbrush that we've been doing all the pot stirring with, and we're gonna reach in and take some out. Okay, there's slight problem here. This Troll Slayer blood seems to be basically out. It's dead to us. I feel like I might have a backup. Let me look around the workstation. I usually have more than one Troll blood in my arsenal. Feeling a little sad. I think I might have found another one. Let's see if we got any in here. No. Okay, that's a wash. So that kind of makes the decision for us. We are gonna do the sunny skin tone effect that I was talking about before. So I'm gonna take this right here. I'm gonna drop a tiny bit of sunny skin tone in there. Model color, just a little bit. This is gonna give us a totally different look than going orange would. Mix it up a little bit. I'm gonna pour just a little bit more red in there because I want to dilute it just a little bit. I want to go much thinner. Okay, a little flow improver. Because we do want to go on real thin with this. We don't want to fuck our shit up. You have a slight chance of going pink with this, which you don't want to do. Let's clean the tip. Important to always keep the tip clean, as we mentioned before. Always keep the tip clean. Okay. Gangster Gumbo, backflow. Okay, real quick, it's Q&A. Exhaust system for your airbrush? Yeah, I do, but I'm not using it while I film these because it's too loud. Geoff, I want to get an airbrush, but my Beats lab is in the basement. Word. You can just get an air. You can just get a. You don't need to remove the air from the room. You just need to have a filter. I have a contraption. I've got a video up on my page on YouTube about the vent that I have. Check it out. Small Cave Studio. The struggle is real. Absinthe. I own very few air colors, and I almost always use game colors and just thin it properly. But in the future, I want something really subtle. Can always buy an air color. That's true. Rogue. My boy Mike Aspel, Troll Blood, sad face. All right, we're gonna go with the sunny skin tone technique right here. Okay, let's see how real it is. Real subtle. Okay, I'm gonna go on the wing right here. Brush some of this bullshit off. Real subtle. Okay. Super. Just real subtle. It's a little pink. You know, that's kind of what it does. It kind of lipsticks when you add the skin tone to it. Just gonna keep it real thin. Just super. And actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna water it down a little bit. Water it down just a little bit, and I'm gonna go even thinner, almost like a glaze. Okay, same deal, and it's gonna pink it a little bit. I'm gonna tell you right now, but I have a trick for that. I'm gonna come back. Okay, just a little bit more. Let's hit some of these panels. Center of mass. Center mass. Hit these panels right in the middle, like we do. Hit this ridge up top. Okay. Real subtle. Don't want to make it totally pink. Dead center. Dead center. Top of the ridge. Panel. Let's hit the nose. Okay. So what we got here is a lot more pink than we typically want. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you guys kind of a little bit of a pre-shade. I'm gonna let that pink ride. Let me see how you can see it here. See if you can see it. It's hard to see on the camera, but it's definitely like way more pink than you want. But the trick there is what we're going to do now is reds interact differently when you go over them and with a lighter color. Like if obviously red over black looks different than red over white. So I'm gonna clean out the airbrushes real quick. Just super fast. Got my little change out station at my feet, and like I said, I got a whole video on that. Check out the YouTube page. Okay. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go back to the Scarlet Red game color right here. Going to pour it back in. Get it in there. Flow improver. Water. Move this guy out of the way so we don't splash him with all of our shit. Let's swirl it up. Okay. Okay, we got a nice little thin mix there. Make sure everything's going good. Alright. Now what we're going to do is we're going to lightly go back over those highlights we just did. And what we're going to get is still a lighter version. We're gonna basically take away the pink look while keeping the highlight intact. Just real thin though. And you'll see like it's keeping that highlight intact. See, it's basically just almost glazing. This is called a pre-shade. We just pre-shaded some of these panels with Sunny's skin tone. And we're just going back in there and making them red again, but now they're bright red. Same deal on this side. Kind of just a fun little technique right here. See, it comes out pretty nice. And so what we've done is we've just amped up the highlight one level. Still, predominantly dark red. Let me adjust the light for you guys. See if we can get a more top-down look. There you go. Got a lot of darkness in there still. And what I'm going to do is, I'm thinking I'm going to try that one more time, honestly. So I'm going to do here. So now we've decided. Sometimes you don't know what you're going to do until you do it. So I'm going to do ancient Chinese technique right here. Water bottle lid. Save some of this right here. Pour some Sunny skin tone up into here. Like that. Now that we know we're going to go with a pre-shade effect, let's just take it all the way. Kind of midfield option select. Okay. Let's get it nice and watered down. Okay. We're good. Let's bring it back in. Okay, we're going to be a little bit more aggressive this turn and get them more pink. You guys see that? Straight up pink. Disgusting, right? Is not what you want. You don't want your red models to be pink. But we do. Let me take him off his base real quick. This is kind of pissing me off. Okay. Let's get those pinks in the tips right here. Nice and easy. Right here. Real easy. Look at all that pink. Let's go over here. Blend these back. Tip of the wing. Center of the panels. Just like that. There you go. Let's get the top of the tail. There we go. Straight pre-shade. Now you can do this a lot of ways. But what I'm showing you here is that like I changed my mind in the middle of the project because I didn't have a color I thought I had. And I'm just showing you like how forgiving the airbrush actually is. Now, I'm not going center of all the panels because some of these panels I'm going to paint different colors for contrast. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's flip it upside down. Make sure we get some of them bottom. Definitely want the front to be nice and red. So, there's all that pink. It's ridiculous. Very garish. What we're going to do now is I'm going to pour out this mix right here. And clean the airbrush real quick at my feet. I got my little lab down here. While I'm doing that, I'll answer a question. Geoff Osborne. If you're using a dope model for your orc army, any thoughts on new similar Sigma orcs that just got released? They look awesome. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of conversion opportunities with those new orcs, but not for the list that I'm working on. I'm working on a real MSU based list with some death with a Death Star element and a super heavy element. So for me, there's really no place for it. You know, if you're gonna win games with orcs, man, it's all about playing missions right now, and there's just a lot of things in the orcs codex that don't fit into winning missions. You know, orc boys being one of them. You know. Okay. So now we're going to take our paint we saved, pour it back in. I'm going to take this glove off because it's soaking. And we'll put a new one on. I ended up pouring a shitload of water all over my glove. That's never any good. Ugh. Classic sweaty hand into a glove trick. Not easy. Okay, that's dead to me. We're spraying our hand. Okay. So we're back to, we got the pink, and I'm going to lightly cover that pink with a very thin red. And watch it transform into just light red. You guys see that? Right on the tip. Right in the middle, right here, it's red instead of pink. And we're going to bring it all the way through. Look at that. It's got to be real thin. It's got to be a lot of water in that mix. There we go. Now it's a nice bright red. Not pink at all. I'll let you guys look at that for a second as I add more red to my pot because I'm almost out. You guys can see it right here. Little flow improver. Lots of water, man. This is that's what it requires. More water than that if you want the pre-shade to come through. Would have loved to have that troll blood, but now we're going with a more organic. This is like a more realistic red. When you go orange, when you add orange to your red, what you get is a way less realistic highlight. When you do fun little pre-shades like this, you get much more realism. Much more realism. Okay. Here are these quarter panels right here that are all pink, as you can see. Right here, all pink, real light red. Real light. You can see them slowly transforming. Slowly transforming back to red. But bright red. Right here, look at that pink S. Let me see if I can get these lights not to be so hot. Right here on this wing right here, it's all pink. Watch it turn to red. This one over here, all pink. Watch it turn to light red. There it is. Nice little highlights. Quarter panels on the right here on the side. Turn into red. Top spine turn into red. Still a little pink. We'll come back for one more pass. There we go. Tail. Let's add some red to that tail. Spine up top. And thing is, this is going to require a lot of fun brushwork though to get it, get all these dings in there, all these little edge surfaces to highlight. Like what we're doing here is so minuscule to like what we actually have to do on this model. Just make sure that the nose is nice and red. Flip it upside down, grab some of those pink areas underneath it. Switch it over. Let me put him back on his cork in a second. How are we guys looking? Okay, for anyone who's just tuning in, what we're working on is Puppets War the plane. I'm representing this. I'm using this to represent an Orc Deathcopter. This is a fun ass kit. Obviously, we're going with red. Let me show you guys like some of the things I've done for preparation. The prep this kit for painting. You'll notice that. Let me get it on the cork. Hold on, guys. So you'll notice that we got these pins under the wings right here, and what these are pre-pinned for some of these add-ons. And if you'll notice here, let me turn the light down so you can see this. What we have here is a buzzsaw. What we have here is the two rockets that go into those pins into the wings. What we got here is the a bomb. I'm going to put in this bomb bay underneath. We got an orc with a bombardier jacket on and a dude's face with his tongue hanging out. And I've just kind of prepped the model. Let's get it looking good. I've just prepped the model to take all that in. And puppetswar.eu was so kind to donate 6 of these, 3 of the plain, 3 of the green barons to the cause. We're going to be doing some live streams with the Orc Army as I develop it throughout the year. And obviously some studio level tutorials on some of the highlights and some of the dope shit involved. Probably going to do the planes on live stream and the red and the green baron on studio. So obviously we still got some time left on the stream, and what I wanted to do was break out the burn umber. So I'm gonna set this guy down real quick. Let it just chill right here. I'm gonna put my glove on. Any Q&As coming in? Are you going to be able to repeat the coloring process for the other 4 models you mentioned? Or because it's orcs, you can get away with colors? Now, I'll literally perfectly match this. This is now the color. Like, what we're doing today will be the color for everything. Like, and you'll see, like, so much of it's going to be paintbrush work anyway. We know what our colors are. We know that they are, scarlet red. We know that they're sunny skin, and we know that we primed everything this chaotic red. So like it's literally easy as shit to repeat, you know, especially since we recorded the process. All right, so what I got here is I got some paint in this brush in this airbrush that we're gonna wash out real quick. Got my little cleaning station at my feet. You guys have seen me use before. Mentioned it a million times though. I do have YouTube videos on this cleaning station and this air vent that I have that I'm currently not using. But so anyway, like what I was saying is Puppets War, for the new listeners, Puppets War is donated for this big ass orc army I'm doing. And we're going to be doing some tutorials for them. And then also, conversely, Cromlech has donated some models. So I'll do something with them later. And I am in negotiation with a few other companies. I want this entire orc army to be completely alternate models. I'm talking to my brother right now about converting up a orc Big Mech Stompa. And we are talking to 2 different companies. I won't talk about them just yet. To get my 18 Warbikers. So first person to bite gets sick tutorials. Definitely want to pimp out other companies out there who are doing cool things, you know. Okay, so what we got here is a clean airbrush. And I'm going to pour a little of that flow improver in there. You've seen me do it 100 times. Bow. Bird Umber. This is the greatest color of all colors. Shake this motherfucker up. Pour it in there. Obviously, every bottle I have is clogged. Oh, I poured way too much in there. No big deal. Let's stir it up. It's probably got some chunkies floating around in there. I want to try to get those out. Looking good. All right. We're going to test it out real quick, see what it would look like. It might be thick still. Pour a little water up and chon. Let's get our foam out of the way. Backflow. I think we're getting a little bit of chunks in there because I poured some clogs into my brush. Okay, we got it. Okay, hopefully this lighting's a little bit better. Okay, what I'm gonna do here, guys, is I'm gonna try to trace. I'm just gonna try to like make the dark areas darker. I guess is like the best way to describe what I'm trying to do here. I'm gonna knock the light up a little bit so you guys can see this. Okay. In here around these pipes. Along this rivet right here, this rib cage. You guys see that? Toward the front, toward this big jet intake area. Underneath the cockpit. Okay, the wing, kind of where the wing meets the body, the fuselage. Let's trace this welded on piece right here. Let's trace the line. Like so. There you go, look at that. Look at the definition we just got out of that. Move up to the fuselage. Let's see if I can get a better angle on my airbrushing. Okay, let's see if you guys can see this. Okay, I'm going to trace these lines right here. Let me turn the light up. I'm going to try to trace right here. There you go. Follow this line down right here. There you go. Getting a nice... Let me see if I can flip it upside down for you guys right here. Get some nice definition here on. Let's turn the light down a little bit so we take that glare out. There you guys go. You guys like that? That burnt umber is coming in clutch, huh? Super easy to do. Solid looking reds. Burnt umber coming in, giving us the fucking nail in the coffin effect right there. Q&A. Absinthe 624. Cromlech does some cool orky stuff. If that's the one you're talking, so Cromlech is going to provide their assault speeders, while Puppets Wars provided the Plane and the Green Baron. This is a live stream, so this is definitely this is all about Puppets War. So check out puppetswar.eu. We're going to be working with Puppets War for the next 4 weeks probably. So the Plane is easily my favorite counts as Deathcopter model that there is. Second is probably the Green Baron, which I'm going to be doing some of those too. I just love this plane, how it just basically is a huge just jet engine, wings, and these motherfuckers just fly around on it. We got a few minutes left. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to keep working the burn umber angle. I'm going to turn the light back up so I can see what I'm doing. I know it's not as good for you to see the light up, but it's hard for me to see. Let me see. Here we go. Let's move around to the other side. We got some things we can do over here. Oh, underneath. Check this out. So burn umber is great for the undercarriage. Since it's not as visual anyway, you can come in here and just do some quick, like, just shadows. And, dry it out real quick. No one ever questions a nice, dark, just well-shaded undercarriage of a speeder. No reason to come in here and go crazy painting all these details when you can just darken it up and give yourself a nice little weathered look. Put it back on our cork. Let's move to the other side. Turn the light down for you guys. Let's hit these ribs right here. There you go. Looking nice. Top of the wing. Back of this jet area. Kind of just follow all the vertical stripes. Got some nice bullet holes on the wing here too. But I mean, for the most part, what we got is a really nice start. Basically just about ready to go into the paintbrush if we wanted to. Pretty easy. Yeah, burn umber for the whim all day. The Alfred effect, he knows what he's talking about. Let's drop some burn umber off on this tail. Okay, looking good. Gonna have a lot of fun with washes on this model. Metals. Edge highlighting. I mean, there's a lot of fun things we get to do on this model. Well, we're almost done with our show today. Let's do some Q&A though. Let's bang it out. Ask me anything right now. While I get this done. Oh yeah, also, obviously if you guys don't know about Patreon, that's my personal crowdfunding page. That's how I keep the studio tutorials rolling. The money I make over there goes right back into my operation. I spend about 13 hours a week on videos, 40 hours a week on painting. So that's an easy 53-hour work week right now, you know what I'm saying? So it really helps to get that extra money on Patreon. Also, I provide an ad-free experience for all my patrons. And also, we have new prize levels where basically you can get on a monthly subscription with me to receive some thematic gifts every month. So obviously check it out. Would love to get some more patrons in there. It's my goal to quit pro painting and do videos 100% of the time and just take requests. The Alfred effect asks if Typhus Corrosion will be making an appearance. Typhus Corrosion might be I might lean on some type of corrosion for some of these exhaust ports. Not gonna lie. Uh, how you guys liking that? Let me turn that light just down a little bit. There it is. Just gotta come through and do some basic paint brushing. We could even, if we wanted to, if you want to get it real tight on these holes on the side, you can drop a little burn umber into these holes. Check that out. So you can just go through. I mean, you can go as crazy as you want. Bring a little bit of shade into those bullet holes. Same thing on the wing right here. If you wanted to go crazy, it's got little. Let's see if we can get it to show up right here. There it is. There, nice little hole with a little bit of streaking. Let me turn the light down so you can see that. There it is. So you can go as crazy as you want. I mean, it's so easy. Um, Squash Monster, do you ever use oils? That model would take a black oil wash real good. Yeah, I thought about oil washing it. It's just that, you know, I if I have the time, I'd rather do some of these details by hand than wash them because I don't want to undo like the beautiful, reds that we're getting with washes. So I mean, you can oil wash them, the channels pretty easily, but you can also just mix your own color up and just do it almost as easily. So I like to get my I like to save time with the airbrush so I can put some love back in with the paintbrush. You know what I'm saying? But that's good looking out though. Gamma Goblins, awesome stuff. Really digging the pre-shade technique. Thank you, brother. Let's do a quick little once over on the model. There he is. He's looking beautiful. The plane. Let's check out what we're doing. All right. I think we had a good one. Obviously, this show is going to make it up to YouTube by tomorrow. It'll be on Patreon tonight with no ads. Uh, and Gamma Goblin, thanks for checking in. Geoff Osborne, Squash Monster, Alfred Effect, you know, Absinthe, all the guys, Ultramarine, 37, Small Cave Studio, Druz 23. Thanks for checking out the fucking stream, dude. Super new to this. I'll continue to improve the show as we go. It is a lot of moving parts, especially with the battle reports I do every week, the podcasts we do every week, the webcasts, and the studio painting tutorial. So I appreciate it. Just keep it icy. Play on, players.